that they wouldn't necessarily tell everybody in the world their personal issues, and they wouldn't necessarily believe everything someone says. But now we have social media, and there's some sort of evolution that needs to happen. And I feel that generative AI is a development, an exponential development of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a very interesting topic again, and which covers a lot of different fields, right? And to your point, right? This social evolution also, where we kind of evolve in learning how we interact with human beings. And I think this is a very slow process, but at the same time, it's something which is kind of programmed into us biologically as well. And and this, I mean, we've already seen this even before something like generative AI, right? So you have people behind screens interacting, which is completely different when people interact in person. And a very, I would say, an interesting example is comment sections, right? In be it like YouTube or social media posts and things like that. Um, people really people really want to get triggered, to have these fights or kind of arguments through these comment sections. And it's kind of also, I think Andrew Huberman kind of covers it in one of his podcasts, where biologically you kind of even crave for this kind of a sensation where you kind of have these arguments, right? And and then so the real paradigm shift now happens when you kind of bring in generative AI, which kind of generates responses. And when you have this conversation uh, where there might be certain human elements, certain biological elements in the conversation which are completely missed, but then you're still having this conversation with a chatbot or with a generative AI, right? And then there's also versions of this, like Brad GPT, for example. It is programmed to give you bratty responses. It is programmed to trigger you in some sort of way.